at 1.
Good afternoon, I'm Jace Ubure. The Court of Appeal has dealt a blow to former Majority Leader of the National Assembly, Amos Kimunya, rejecting his request to overturn a High Court decision that ordered him to face charges in a 60 million Kenya shillings corruption case. A three-judge bench, including Justices Patrick Akiage, Ali Aroni and Lydia Chode, ruled that the case should proceed to trial, requiring Kimunya to defend himself against allegations related to the irregular allocation of a 25-acre plot in Nyandarua County to a private company, Midlands Limited, where he held a directorial and a shareholder interest. The court found sufficient evidence presented by the Director of Public Prosecutions to establish a prima facie case against Kimunya. His co-accused Lilian Wangiri Njenga, a former director of land adjudication, and Jange Wanaina, a director at Midlands Limited. The charges include abuse of office, failure to disclose a private interest, fraudulent disposal of public property, and a breach of trust. The case follows an initial acquittal in the Chief Magistrate's Court, where the prosecution's case was deemed insufficient. The DPP appealed and the High Court ordered a retrial. Kimunya and his co-accused now face a trial on April 25th, 2025.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Alcohol is the most readily available drug among university students despite the government's efforts to flush out dens bring illicit drugs in the country. The National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse has painted a grim picture of the availability of drugs and hard substance among the university learners, with alcohol emerging at 87%, followed closely by cigarettes and shisha at 64% and 51% respectively. These as the lecturers and the university's teaching staff joined the list of the sources of the drugs among learners. According to the survey conducted by the Watchdog, students can easily access the drugs easily from their friends at 66%, neighborhood canteens and bars at 59.4%, from fellow students at 56%. Notably, the drug can also be accessed from online platforms or school canteens at 39.4%. The lecturers and teaching staff emerging at the bottom of the barrel at 7%. Speaking during the launch of the report, Interior and the National Administration Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen termed drug abuse in the country a national crisis and urged for a multi-stakeholder approach in tackling the vice. According to Murkomen, leaders should win off politics in the handling of drugs and substance abuse because it poses a threat to the future generations.
It's a national problem. It's a serious national problem. So it's the greatest threat to the well-being of our country. It's a national security issue. The well-being of our country, drugs and substance abuse, for saying that the relevant department needs to be upskilled to the level of anti-terror unit, because other than the people we lose every day because of drugs, alcohol, and as serious as it should, reduced to us to make sure that we take this thing very seriously.
The Media Council of Kenya has emphasized the crucial role of the media in reporting on climate change, urging journalists to adopt innovative storytelling methods to enhance the public awareness and policy engagement. Speaking during a World Radio Day training session at Aga Khan University, MCK CEO David Omoyo urged radio stations to focus on localized solutions-driven reporting that showcase the real-life impacts of climate change on communities. Omoyo emphasized the need to move beyond the disaster coverage, advocating for stories that humanize climate change through lived experiences, adaptation strategies, and policy actions. This as a research and a media monitor at the Media Council of Kenya, Dina Ondare, urged media houses to leverage radio to raise climate change awareness, ensuring communities are informed and empowered to take action for a sustainable future.
There is huge potential of using the medium to conduct media literacy on several issues, including climate change. And journalists and broadcasters as a whole have an opportunity to use radio to break down climate information, to do literacy on issues of climate change, and break down the complex messages that we usually see at the global level, at the UN meetings and SDG meetings, so that the common mwananchi, who they are able to speak to in their language, in their various vernacular languages, to understand.
As climate change remains an urgent global challenge, radio continues to be a key tool for spreading awareness, educating the public, and driving collective action. World Radio Day aims to support radio stations in enhancing their coverage of climate issues, helping audiences stay informed and take meaningful steps to address the crisis.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across borders, Ghana's former finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta has been declared a fugitive by prosecutors over his alleged involvement in multiple corruption cases during his tenure in government. Ofori-Atta left the country in early January to evade investigations and has since failed to cooperate with authorities. Among the allegations against him is a misappropriation of $58 million in government funds for the controversial National Cathedral project, which remains unfinished. Despite being summoned by questioning by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the 66-year-old ex-minister did not appear, leading to his official designation as a wanted person. Ofori-Atta, who served as finance minister from 2017 to February 2024 under the New Patriotic Party, is among several former officials facing scrutiny following the party's loss in the December elections.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.